Vishnupa Rashtratarashata Śrīmad Bhaktivedānta Nārāyaṇa Gosvāmī Mahārāja Śrīla Gurudev Ki Jai. Nitilapa Vishnupa Rashtratarashata Śrīmad Bhaktivedānta Vāman Gosvāmī Mahārāja Ki Jai. Nitilapa Vishnupa Rashtratarashata Śrīmad Bhaktivedānta Swami Mahārāja Śrīla Prabhupada Ki Jai. Nitilapa Vishnupa Rashtratarashata Śrīmad Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Gosvāmī Mahārāja Ki Jai. Nitilapa Vishnupa Rashtratarashata Śrīmad Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Gosvāmī Prabhupada Ki Jai. Nitilapa Bhagavat Śrīla Gokṣaras Babaji Mahārāja Ki Jai. Nitilapa Śrīla Satchidananda Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura Ki Jai. Nitilapa Vaishnav Sarvabhauma Śrīla Jagannath Das Babaji Mahārāja Ki Jai. Śrī Rupanu Gauriya Guru Varga Ki Jai. Śrī Rupa Sanatan Bhatta Raghunath. Śrī Jiva Gopal Bhatta Dashagunath Sharda Gosvāmī Prabhu Ki Jai. Śrī Sarup Damodar Raya Ramanandari Śrī Gaur Parshada Vrinda Ki Jai. Namachay Śrīla Haridas Ṭhākura Ki Jai. Prem se kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Shri Kshetra Mandala Gaura Mandala Vraja Mandala Mathura Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai. Sarva Abhishta Bhadata Giriraj Maharaj Ki Jai. Shri Radha Kunda Shama Kunda Ki Jai. Shri Muna Devi Ganga Devi Ki Jai. Shri Tulsi Mati Vrinda Devi Ki Jai. Bhakti Devi Ki Jai. Shri Purnamasi Yogamaya Ki Jai. Shri Gopeshwar Mahadev Ki Jai. Shri Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai. Samagata Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Shri Nitai Gaura Premanande Hari Hari Bo. Dandavat Pranams Prajumna Prabhu. Okay, cool. Alright, let me... Śrī Navadvīpa-dhāma-māhātmya ki jai. Śrīla Satchidananda Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura ki jai. Thank you, Prajumna Prabhu. Hari Bo, Madhavi Didi, Dandavat Pranams. Who else is here? Okay. So, shall we begin? Yesterday we read chapter 5 about Antardvīp and Simantadvīp. And now today, Ganganagar. Alright, so one thing I did today, which you'll be happy to know, is I already fixed a lot of the changes, so I won't be having to pause so much while I read today. Chapter 6, Mangalacharan, auspicious invocation. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Sachiranandan Jaya Nityananda Prabhu Janava Jivan. Okay, just making sure it... All glories to Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the son of Mother Sachi. All glories to Shri Nityananda Prabhu, the life of Janava Thakurani. Jaya Jaya Sitanata Jaya Gadadhar Jaya Jaya Shivasadi Gaura Parivar. All glories to Sitanath, Shri Advaita, the husband of Sita Devi. All glories to Shri Gadadhar Pandit. All glories to Shivas and the other associates of Shri Gauranga Mahaprabhu. Paradina Prate Prabhu Nityananda Rai Shrivasa Shri Jiva Loye Griha Bahirai Sange Chale Ramadasa Adi Bhaktagan Jaite Kore Gaura Sankirtan. The next day, early in the morning, Shri Nityananda Prabhu left the house with Shrivas Pandit and Shri Jiva. Walking along with him were Shri Ramdas and other devotees, all singing the names of Shri Gaur. History of Śrī Ganganagar. Antardvipa prante prabhu aila jokon Śrī Ganganagar jive dekhaya tokon. When they reached the border of Antardvip, Śrī Nityananda Prabhu pointed out Ganganagar to Śrī Jiva. Prabhu bole shuno jiv e Ganga nagar Stapilena Bhagirata Raghuvamshadhar. Śrī Nityananda Prabhu said, "Listen, Jiva, Ganganagar was founded by Bhagirat of the Raghu dynasty. Jabe Ganga Bhagirati Ailo Chaliya Bhagirata Jai Age Shanka Bajaya." At the time of Bhagirati Ganga's descent to this world, King Bhagirat, blowing his conch shell, went ahead of her to show her the way. Navadvīpa-dhāma-māhātmya Ganga hoy sthir Bhagirata dekhe Ganga na hoy bahir. But when Ganga reached Śrī Navadvīpa-dhāma, she stopped, even though King Bhagirat proceeded forward. Bhagirat turned around only to see that Ganga had stopped flowing onward. Bhayate vivala hoye Raja Bhagi Gangarani kate ailo phiri koto pat. King Bhagirat became overwhelmed with fear and returned to Ganga, King Bhagirat's place of austerities. Ganga nagarete bosi tapa arambhilo tape tushta hoye Ganga shakshata hoilo. He began to perform austerities here in Ganganagar to find out why the Ganga was not proceeding. Satisfied with his austerities, Ganga Devi personified appeared in front of him. Bhagirata bole mata tumi nahi gele Pitriloka udharana hobe kono kale. Seeing Ganga, Bhagirat said, "Mother, if you do not proceed onward, others will never be delivered." Ganga bole shuno bhai bacha. Ganga bole shuno bhacha Bhagirata dhir. Kichudina tumi heta hoye thako stir. Ganga said, "Listen, O son, O Bhagirat, who have an unyielding and peaceful mind, just remain here patiently for some time." Should this be a comma? Whatever. Śrī Ganga Devi's desire. Maghamase asyachi Navadvīpa-dhāma Falgune rasheshe jabo tava pitrikame. I have come to this Navadvīpa-dhāma month of Magh, at the end of the month of Falgun. And at the end of the month of Falgun, I will proceed onward to deliver your forefathers. Jahara charana jal ami Bhagirat tar nija dhame mor pure manorat. O Bhagirat, I am in the dham of that personality from whose lotus feet my waters emanate. In his holy abode, all my desires are fulfilled. Falguna Purnima Titi Prabhu Janmadin Shedina Mama Vrata Ache Samichin. The day of my Lord's advent is the full moon day of Falgun, and on that day I will observe a vow. Shevrata Udyapana Koriya Nishchoy Chalio Mara Sange Na Kori Ho Bhoy. I will definitely come with you the day after completing this vow. Do not fear. E Ganga Nagare Raja Raghukulapati Falguna Purnima Dine Korilo Vasati. Thus King Bhagirath, the head of the Raghu dynasty, stayed here in Ganganagar until Falguna Purnima. The next day, early in the morning, he proceeded to lead Shri Ganga's way. The results of residing in Ganganagar on the day of Falguna Purnima. Jai Jana Shri Falgu Purnima Divase Ganga Snana Kori Ganga Nagarete Bose Shri Gora Puja Kore Upavasak Purva Purushera Saha She Jai Tari. One who stays at Ganganagar on Falguna Purnima and who fasts, bathes in the Ganga, and worships Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu will cross the ocean of material existence along with his ancestors. Sahasra Purusha Purva Gana Sange Kori Shri Goloka Prapta Hoy Jatha Tata Mori. That person, along with 1,000 of his ancestors, will attain Shri Goloka, no matter where he leaves his body. O he jiva e stanera mahatma apar, Shri Chaitanya nrita jatha koilo koto bar. O jiva, the glories of this place are incomparable, because Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu danced here a number of times. The place of residence of Sriman Mahaprabhu's associates, Shri Gangadas and Shri Sanjay. Gangadasa griha ar Sanjaya alay, e deko drishta hoy, sada sukhamoy. Look, here are the houses of Shri Gangadas and Shri Sanjay. Sorry. One second. I want to take out that Gangadas I just need. Whatever. No, I delete this one. Sorry guys, I'm still proofreading. Look, here are the houses of Shri Gangadas and here are the houses of Shri Gangadas and of Shri Sanjay. One always feels unequaled happiness just by beholding them. Balal Dirgika. Ihara purvete je dirgika sundar, tahara mahatma shuno, o he vigyavar. O most learned one, now please hear the glories of this beautiful large pond, this dirgika, situated in the eastern direction. Balala dirgika nam hoyeche ekon, satya yuge chilo era koto vivaran. Nowadays, everyone calls this lake by the name Balala Dirgika. In Satyuga, there were many descriptions of this lake. In other words, it has been famous since then. The history of Mahārāja Prithu in connection with Balala Dirgika. Prithu name Mahārāja Uchanichas Katiya Prithivi Jabe Korilo Saman. Prithvi? Katiya Prithvi Jabe Korila. I'll have to look up this word later. She kale estana samana korite Mahajyotir Maya Prabha Ute Chatur Bhite. Once upon a time, a king named Prithu was leveling the rough parts of the earth. When his workers came to this place, they saw a great effulgence illuminating the four directions. Karmachari Gana Mahārāja Janai Raja Asi Jyoti Punja Deki Bare Pai Shaktavesha Avatar Prithu Mahashai Dhyanete Janilo Stana Navadvīpa hoy. When the workers described this incident to the king, he also came to see that great effulgence. Mahārāja Prithu was a Shaktavesh avatar, an empowered incarnation of the Supreme Lord. Therefore, he could understand in his meditation that this place is Śrī Navadvīpa-dhāma. Sthanira Mahatma Gupta Raki Bharatare Agya Dilo Kara Kara Kunda Snana Manohare. Upon seeing the effulgence of this place, everyone would understand its glories. For the purpose of concealing the glories of this place, he ordered a delightful pond to be constructed here. Pritukund, another name of Balal Dirgika. Jai korilo taha Pritukunda name, vikhyata hoilo sarva Navadvīpa-dhāma. This pond became known as Pritukund throughout the entire Navadvīpa-dhāma. Shvacha jala pana kori gramavasi gane koto sukha pailo taha kohibo kemone. How is it possible to describe the bliss the villagers felt upon drinking the pure water of this pond? The reason for the pond to be named Balal Dirgika. One second, there's somebody at my door. I'm just in the middle of doing a class. Okay, no problem. You can take bath here and everything. You can do. Okay. Sorry, the reason for the ponds to be named Balal Dirgika. Porishe stane Shri Lakshmana Sena Vir Dirgika Kanana Koilo Varai Gobir. Oh, okay, cool. Thanks. If you want to take bath and everything, you can. Oh, you haven't. Okay. Hare Krishna. Later, King Lakshman Sen had this pond enlarged and deepened. Nija pitri lokera udhara kori asha balala dirgika nam korilo prakash. Desiring to deliver his forefathers, he named this pond Balal Dirgika after one of his ancestors, Balala Sen, King Lakshman's palace. Oy dekho uchatila dekhite sundar Lakshmana senera griha bhagna atapar. Look at this beautiful high hill. This was the palace of King Lakshman Sen, but now is in ruins. Shakala alankara mahayirastane rajagana kore sada punya uparjane. Such ornament-like sites were constructed by various kings at great sacred places like Śrī Navadvīpa-dhāma for the purpose of acquiring pious credits. Parite yavana raja tushilo estan ataeva bhakta gana na kore saman. Later, one Yavan king desecrated this place, and therefore devotees no longer show it due respect. Bhumi matra supavitra estane hoy. Should I put a thing there? Nah. Yavana sangsarga bhaye vasana karoy. The land here is extremely sacred, but devotees do not reside here because they fear the association of the Yavanas. Estane hoila shi murtira apaman ataeva bhakta gana chare estan. The devotees left this place because the devotees left this place because it was here that a deity of the Lord was shown disrespect. Although the supremely blissful Śrī Nityananda Prabhu was never angry, he was outraged at the Yavanas who offended the deity of the Lord. Eto boli Nityananda garjite garjite ailena simuliya grama sanihite. Seeing this, Śrī Nityananda Prabhu roared loudly, thus manifesting his anger towards the Yavanas, and arrived at the village of Simuliya. Okay, now we're beginning Simantadvīpa. 1 second, I just want to check how it's all going. And today's reading will be a lot shorter, by the way. Oh, Dandavat pranams, Haripriya Didi, Gargaraji, Raseshwari Mataji, Ganga Didi, Rupamanjari Didi. No problem. All right. Śrī Simantadvīpa. Simulia dekhi Prabhu jiva pratikoy, eto Simantadvīpa jani ho nishchoy. Seeing the village of Simulia, Śrī Nityananda Prabhu said to Śrī Jiva, "Know with certainty that place is Simantadvīpa. Gangara dakshi tire Navadvīpa prante, Simanta namete dvipa bole saba shante." All great saintly personalities say that Simantadvīpa is situated on the southern bank of the Ganga, on the border of Navadvīpa. Kale e dvipa Ganga grasi Beshakal rahibe kevala eka sthana sunirmal. With the passing of time, this island will be flooded by the Ganga, and only one sacred place, Simulia, will be left. Simuli, another name of Shri Parvati Devi. I always do that. Jataya Simuli name Parvati Pujan, Koribe Vishailo Koroho Shravan. Materialistic people will worship Parvati here, calling her Simuli. I will tell you one story in regard to Parvati Devi residing. You should listen. Shri Mahadev's chanting of Shri Gaura's name. Kona kale satya yuge deva maheshwar, Shri Gauranga boli nritya korilo vistar. Once during Satya Yuga, Mahadev, Shiva, was dancing for a long time, uttering the name of Shri Gauranga. Parvati Devi inquires about Shri Gauranga Dev. Parvati jigyase tabe deva maheshware, keva she Gauranga deva bolo ho amare. Seeing Lord Shiva dancing, Parvati asked, "Please tell me something about Gauranga Dev, whose name you are chanting." Shri Parvati Devi's condition merely upon hearing the name of Shri Gaura. Tomara arbhuta nrita kori darashan, shun Gauranga naam, gale morman, gale morman. My heart is melting by seeing your astonishing dance and hearing the name of Shri Gauranga emanate from your mouth. Eto je shunechi mantra tantra eto kal, se saba janino matra jivera janjal, ataeve bolo prabhu Gauranga sandhan, bhajiya tahare ami paibo paran. Whatever I have heard to this day about mantra and tantra now seems to be nothing more than a botheration for the living entities. Therefore, O Lord, please tell me about Shri Gauranga so that I may also engage in the worship of him and become alive. Shri Mahadev's, I think, become alive, get new life. I don't know. Shri Mahadev's description of the real nature of Shri Gaura, Gaura Tattva. Parvatira kata shuni deva pashupati, Shri Gauranga smari kohe Parvatira prati, Adya Shakti tumi ho Shri Radhara angsa, Tomare bolibo tattva gana avatangsa. Hearing Parvati's words, Pashupati Shiva remembered Shri Gauranga and said, "O Parvati, you are the original potency, a portion of Shri Radha. I will tell you about this topmost truth. Radha bhava loye Krishna kalite e bar, Mayapure shachi garbe abe avatar." Taking Srimati Radha's intrinsic mood and bodily luster, Shri Krishna will appear in this Kali Yuga in Mayapur from the womb of Shri Shachi Devi. Kirtana rangete mati Prabhu Gauramani Vitari be prema ratna patra nahi gani. Being himself absorbed in Sankirtan, Mahaprabhu Shri Gaur Hari will distribute the jewel of Prem to the public without considering whether the recipient is qualified or not. E prema banjale je jivana bhase diktar bhagye devi jivana vilase. Fie on the fortune of those living entities who will drown in this flood of prem. O Devi, it is even useless for them to maintain their lives. Mahadev leaves Kashi. Prabhura pratigya smari preme jai bhasi dharya na dhare mana chari lama Kashi. I became saturated with prem upon remembering Sriman Mahaprabhu's promise, and my mind lost patience. Therefore, I left Kashi. Mayapura antabhage janavira tire Gauranga bhajiva ami rahiya kutire. I will live in a cottage on the bank of the Jahnavi, Ganga, at the border of Mayapur, and I will worship Shri Gauranga Mahaprabhu. Shri Parvati Devi's arrival in Samantadweep. Dhurjatira Vakya Shri Parvati Sundari Ailena Simantadvipete Tvara Kori. Hearing the words of Shri Shankar, who wears matted locks, the beautiful Shri Parvati Devi quickly came here to Samantadweep. Shri Gauranga Rupa Sada Korena Chintan Gaura Boli Prema Bhase Stira Nahe Man. Shri Parvati, it's obvious it's Parvati Devi. She began to constantly remember Shri Gauranga Mahaprabhu's form, chanting the name of Gaur. She drowned in prem and was not able to remain calm due to not attaining his darshan. Receiving darshan of Shri Gaur Hari with his associates. Koto dina Gaura Chandra kripa vitariya Parvati re dekha dila she gane asiya. After some days, Shri Gaurachandra, out of mercy, appeared along with his associates to give his darshan to Shri Parvati, Sriman Mahaprabhu's divine form. Sutapta kanchana varna dhirga kalevar mathaya chanchara kesha sarvanga sundar trikacha koriya vasta tara paridhana gale dole phula mala apurva vidhan. Sriman Mahaprabhu's luster was just like that of molten gold, and he was tall in stature. His head was beautified with curly hair, and his limbs were extremely handsome. He was wearing a dhoti folded thrice, and a garland made of extraordinary flowers adorned his neck. Preme gada gada vakya kohe gora rai Bolo go Parvati keno aile hetai. Shri Gaurarai said in a voice choked with prem, O Parvati, tell me why you have come here. Jagatera Prabhupada Poriya Parvati Janaye apana dukha stira nahe mati. Parvati Devi fell at the feet of Shri Gauranga Mahaprabhu, the Lord of the universe, unable to remain calm as she explained her sorrow. Wow, that was so nice of him. Sundar Gopal just gave me a bag full of nice muesli. That was really kind of him. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, let me start over.